Soft skills in software engineering technicians education. Our study clarified the role of social sciences and humanities in the formation of readiness for professional activity and their soft skills. We researched, identified, and analyzed the main problems that arise during the teaching of these disciplines in the college. We offer innovative forms and methods of studying social sciences and humanities focused on the formation of future IT professionals' soft skills. Formation and development of ability to professional activity and readiness for professional self-improvement or future experts becomes a direction, the purpose of the state policy in the field of development of science and technologies. Modern standards of higher education determine the transformation of approaches to the educational process and professional training of programmers. The issue of formation of readiness for professional activity of the future programmers in the process of teaching social sciences, humanities, and social sciences is considered from the standpoint of demands in the modern labor market in IT professionals with the key competencies that are necessary for competitive modern programmer. Priority areas of the formation of a fully developed personality are reflected in the state national programs, concepts of humanitarian development of Ukraine for the period up to 2020. And National Strategy of Education Development for 2012 and 2021, the Decree of the President of Ukraine on Sustainable Development Goals of Ukraine until 2030, which provides for strengthening the role of social sciences and humanities in the educational process of higher educational institutions. The task of vocational education in Ukraine at the present stage is to train a specialist who has the following qualities. However, the number of contradictions arise in the way of a full-fledged educational process and training of competitive specialists in the field of software engineering. The process of professional training of technicians, programmers also have the following typical difficulties. This problem can be solved only on the basis of professional and creative training of specialists, considering it is a holistic process of personal and professional development of the specialist. In the 21st century, the basis of humanities knowledge should be an interdisciplinary complex, the essence of which is the close of relationship of the humanity with practical courses based on a combination of specially selected blocks of history, philosophy, culturology, sociology, psychology to form a sense of self-confidence, must combine a significant theoretical layer with the subsequent practical implementation. The new quality of education and training of future professionals is directly related to the problem of formation and development in higher technical school of humanitarian training and integrated knowledge, skills, and abilities of future professionals based on interdisciplinary links of social humanitarian, natural, and technical cycles of disciplines and their practical application in the future professional activity. Therefore, we propose Innovate changes in the content of professional training of programmers, the introduction of integrated disciplines, social sciences and humanities with specialized. It is important to use pedagogical possibilities of electronic educational resources, organizational, technological, educational, diagnostic. Today, methods of teaching social and human sciences in colleges should definitely join. Undoubtedly, the teaching of social sciences and humanities is problematic. Classes in social sciences and humanities should motivate to active analysis, critical attitude to educational material, independent conclusions, content to apply theoretical principles to real life. The prior to these methods of training future technicians programmers must change and be problematic. The main indicator of readiness for professional activity and professional self-improvement is the formed professional competence. Competence, professionalism, a set of knowledge, awareness, authority in any field. Today's sciences define 13 main professional competencies of a programmer. Among them, the critical competence of software professionals is the ability to think abstractly, analyze, and synthesize. This competence is formed in the process of studying in advance the social sciences and humanities and only then mathematical disciplines. An important personal and professional competence of the future technique program is the ability to communicate in the native language, as the level of his verbal abilities is a separate feature of a successful technique program. All algorithmic programming programs for small units are fixed on the linguo-elemental construction of the English language, from the level of development of which the speed of memorization and interpretation of constructive programs is provided. The key general engineering competence is the ability to learn and master modern knowledge. Associated with the ability to self-learn, it means future programmers understand the importance of updating information and constantly monitoring skills and abilities. An IT specialist needs to have such competence as the ability to search, process information from various sources. It is based on prior competence. A programmer is a team person, so it is important to form in him such competence as the ability to work in a team. The development of professional communicative competence of a programmer is facilitated by the implementation of complex group projects. Another competence is necessary for a programmer technician, the ability to act on the basis of ethical considerations. The ability to exercise one's rights and responsibilities as a member of society and the needs of sustainable development of the rule of law and human freedoms expresses social competence. The necessary competence is the ability to preserve and multiply moral, cultural, scientific values of achievements of society based on understanding the history and patterns of development of the subject area placed in the general system of knowledge about nature and society. Fundamental humanitarian training forms the ability to assess and take into account economic, political, social, technological, and environmental factors that affect the professional activities of future programmers. Forecasting and assessment of the consequences of software projects, their impact on environmental safety and society raise the issue of forming in future programmers the experience of humanitarian expertise of software projects. So, the model of formation of soft skills of the future technicians programmers in the process of studying social sciences and humanities in colleges looks like this. Development of educational programs in the conditions of in-depth study of needs of modern labor markets and the analysis of pedagogical conditions of training and professional training. In other words, the training of modern IT professionals should take place simultaneously with the labor market, the Ministry of Education, and science and higher education institutions. Their implementation through interdisciplinary complexes. Designing the teaching process using modern problematic methods, and teaching aids creating a virtual space for the formation of a competent specialist in the college. Formation of soft skills. Thank you.